Welcome. This is the Day After series. This is the fourth appointment of filling in the upper legs. Now, if you remember last time, we did the inner side of the right leg. And this time we went back to start the inner side of the left leg. Now, the right leg, the inner side, if you remember, it was very painful. Very painful, the whole procedure, and the healing process was very rough to get through. It was hard to stand, hard to walk, all that stuff. It was very difficult for the right leg inner side. Now I'm not sure why the left leg was so different, but every tattoo is going to be different. That's the only thing that I can actually say. Of course. So let's just say right off the bat that the inner side of the left leg, it wasn't as bad as the right side. It was still worse than the outer side, so I'll tell you that at least. So, well, me and the artist, we were trying to figure out, maybe why this side wasn't as bad. And he thinks that I was in a better mood. And of course, we all know that emotions play a big part in how much pain that you would go through during these procedures. Emotions are everything. If you're in a poor mood, it's going to be more painful. It's proven countless times. So he thinks I was in a better mood this time, and I kind of was. I was more cheerful and upbeat tone, especially when I got to the appointment. The morning, well, we're not going to talk about the morning. So let's start from the beginning. The procedure, I guess the procedure itself. You can see my leg is swollen, probably, maybe it's swollen. As you see, I'm walking around a little bit better than I was last time. It really wasn't that bad. The procedure, there was a lot of parts, it was uncomfortable, it was, but there was a lot of parts that was just uncomfortable in an okay way. And then there was parts that was uncomfortable in a not okay way. Mainly along the center. When he was doing the inner side, I'm sorry, the inner part of my leg, on this design, it was a lot more stinging pain sensation. And then, of course, right at the top, right where the leg meets the pelvis, I had more of a stinging sensation. A lot of the middle part, it wasn't too unbearable. And so that was that. A good 3 hours of tattooing that, and then we got a lot done. If you see that, can you see that? We got a lot done still on the inner side of the left leg. We got about the same done on the insides of both of the legs. There's still a little bit more at the bottom to do, a little bit more of a piece at the bottom. And so. Procedure, yeah, not too bad. And of course, I stand up, feels great. The whole time I was still waiting for the pressure to start building up and the pain to start increasing, but it wasn't like it does a lot of times. It doesn't start until he wraps me up, and that's when, like I say, over and over again, that's when he wraps up, that's when it actually starts to swell, and the pressure builds, and then that's when it starts to get worse and worse. The drive home was just like the outsides. It progressively got worse and worse and worse, just like it always does. And then eventually I got home, and I took it off, and I just rehydrated and went to sleep. Not too bad, not too bad. Sleeping was bad. Sleeping was still not very nice to me. I slept on my back, and what was happening was every few minutes I would doze off, but then well, first of all, when I laid down, it was interesting because my body was so shaking. I was shaking uncontrollably, so I had to just calm my mind and calm down to stop the shaking. It was very interesting. Nothing to be alarmed about. It was just very interesting. Of course, such a large piece. 3 hours of that, it's gonna take a toll on my body, of course. I can't stay hydrated, and it wasn't too bad. It was just very interesting, all the shaking. But if I calmed my mind, I would stop shaking. And then of course it progressed where I would kind of doze off for a couple minutes, and then I would immediately wake up again because I got a spike of pain shooting through my body, and then I would doze off, and then I would wake up again. And that was happening for 3 hours. 3 hours. I was only getting like doses of rest. And so that was pretty rough. Pretty rough. No position was comfortable. I couldn't get in any comfortable position. And then after the first 3 or 4 hours of that, I just stood up because I had to go use the restroom, and then I went to go lay back down. And then things were a little bit better. Eventually got back to sleep for another 3 or 4 hours. And then I woke up in the morning, and that was fine. I woke up and oh man, it's summer now, so it's really hot. I had to I opened my windows and put the air on now, so the air's going to try to get this place a little bit more comfortable. And then, but right now it's not too bad. I'm still walking around. I still got the pressure in my leg. The pressure is still there, of course. And but overall, it's not that bad. Which is surprising, just for the fact that the other one wasn't this nice to me. The other one was horrible compared to this. This is not too bad. So it's going to be a nice, calm weekend while we're doing the healing process. So there we go. I'm a little bit more symmetrical, and we have 3 more appointments to finish in all of the rest. 3 more, which, yeah, 3 more should be just fine. At least again, all of the solid black filled in for these leg pieces, and then of course we'll have to go back and do some extra outer line work and whatnot, and touch up some spots. But other than that, we're doing fantastic, and now we're all up to date on today's day after. As always, it's been Lucien Gray. Thank you.